Morning, Frisional. Mr. Derbyshire here, and we've come into school this morning to come and see the results of our breeding programme. This has been 8-9 months worth of waiting and anticipation, and finally we've come in this morning and we've found that Doris's eggs have started to hatch. If you've been watching on the live stream over the last couple of days, you will have seen they started to come out and pip out Sunday morning, so yesterday morning. And we're going to come in and just see what we've got and have a little conversation about the genetics of what's going on here and talk about some of the genes in play as well. So let's get into it, shall we? Right, okay, so let's have a little look and let's see what we've got. So we had 7 eggs, if you remember, and this is the pairing that we had for this one was Reggie and Doris. So Reggie is a yellow belly. I'll explain a little bit about what that means in a minute. And Doris is she's got 3 genes in her. She's got yellow belly, pastel and orange dream. And so the exciting thing about this is that every time you breed these snakes, you never quite know what you're going to get. You always get potential for different combinations of these genes. And what's really, really interesting is that we've got a lot of variation already. So we're going to have a look at some of the different combos that we've got with these genes, and I'll explain a little bit about what we've got along the way. So you can see straight away that we've got 2 animals that have managed to make their way out of their eggs. So if we just take these empty eggs out like that, you can see they're really cool. They're really soft and squidgy, and they're full of jelly. Now the others will stay in their eggs until they've absorbed all of the yolk to get as much nutrition from them as they can, and then they'll make their way out. Once all of the eggs are out, we will then house them together in a big tub for a week until they shed. So these 2 are already out. Let's have a little look at what we've got here. This was one of the first to come out. Okay. Now, this one looks to me like we've got yellow belly here. Now, yellow belly is obviously Reggie's morph. Doris has also got a copy of yellow belly in her. The way you can tell a yellow belly is by looking at the sides of them. You can see down the sides of her here, or him or her, is there's these kind of pattern flames, a bit of kind of faded pattern on the side there. That you wouldn't normally find that on a normal. So it's quite a what's the word? It's not a very clear difference between a wild type and a yellow belly. But when you put it with other combos, and particularly when you have 2 yellow belly genes, you get some really exciting examples of animals, and that's what we'll have a look at in a minute. So put this one back in here. Let's have a look at this guy. Now this, I think, it's difficult to tell until they've shed, but this has definitely got yellow belly in again, because you can see these faded kind of flames coming down the side. I suspect this one possibly could be orange dream as well. Orange dream generally tends to have quite dark blacks. The blacks are much darker than on a normal, and you get this kind of banded patterning along the side as well, with a little bit of a tinge of orange. I don't know if you can see that down the side, so there's a bit more of an orangey tinge, but that'll come out much more when they shed. So this one possibly is orange dream and yellow belly, and again a little interesting head stamp along the top there. So yeah, it'd be easier to tell once they're all out, but we think that one might be an orange dream yellow belly. What we'll do for the other 5 that we've got here is, you can see they've all pipped out. You can see when they're born they have an egg tooth on the top of their nose, which they lose when they do their first shed, but that's to help them to make these little slices here. So you can see they've sliced open the egg, and one here just popped his little head out. But once they pop their heads out, they're ready to go. So what we can do is we can start to help them out, help them to get out the eggs by just cutting the holes a little bit wider, so we can let them out. So let's go with this guy first. In fact, we'll go this side. Let's have a little look at this one. So whilst we can't take them out, we can just make it a little bit easier for them to come out. So you can see this little nose just poking out there. Okay, so again, looking at this one, usually quite difficult to tell, but this one's definitely got orange dream. You can see there's an orangey tinge to its belly. Can't see any evidence of any flaming, so that's possibly just a straight orange dream. Yeah, looking healthy, looking good. Let's just pop 2 in there, so put that one back. See what else we've got. That's an empty egg, isn't it? Yeah. So, just going to put 2 on there. Yeah, I'll do this one next. So again, slip right here, you just see its nib pointing out. Just carefully cut a way out for it. Now this one, if you look, seems to have a slightly, escaping. Now straight away you can see this one is a slightly different combination of genes altogether. It's much more yellow, and you can see there's some flaming going along the sides. So this one, I suspect it's got yellow belly. I suspect it's probably pastel, and there's also a possibility there for some orange dream, because again you can see some orangey sides. So this one could be like its mother. This one could be like Doris, pastel, yellow belly, orange dream. And we'll know because when she sheds out, she will be almost neon yellow. She'll be bright yellow when she comes out of the egg. So that's a really nice animal. Might be lucky and get all 3 genes there. Okay, now I want to try and encourage this one to go back into his little leg here, because you see his little head. This one is very, very obvious. This is a pastel. Now the way you can tell it's a pastel, it's got the pastel gene. This pastel is distinctive for a couple of things. Firstly, its lips are white, which if you look at the other ones more closely, they have dark lips. This one's top lip is white. It's also got, if you look very carefully, green eyes. Okay, back in there, mate. This one really wants to escape. And then the final thing that's really clear with pastel is you've got this blushed out head stamp. Looks like it's kind of gone white on the top there. So this is definitely pastel. Let's see if we can encourage him back in, and then we can cut the egg a bit more for him. So that's like he's being a bit stubborn there. Very careful. Just gonna... Yeah, I don't want to disturb him too much, so we might just leave him for a little bit longer. If he chooses to pop his head in. I think he's just a bit too interested in what's going on at the minute. That's fine. Now, this is where it's going to start to hopefully get a bit more exciting. So far we've hit yellow belly, possibly yellow belly orange dream, possibly straight orange dream, and then possibly one that's got all 3, and then a pastel here as well. We've got 2 more to look at. Now the exciting thing about yellow belly, the reason we wanted to get into this particular gene complex, is that yellow bellies, when you have one gene, they're fairly non-distinctive, they don't look particularly different. But if you get one copy from the mum that's yellow belly and another gene from the dad, like we've got in this situation here, there's a 1 in 4 chance that you'll end up with a snake that has both. They've got 2 copies of yellow belly. And when you do that, you go from what is a fairly standard snake to something that looks a little bit different. So let's have a little look, see if we can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so this is what's called an ivory. Now ivory snakes have 2 copies of yellow belly. I've got 1 from Reggie. This one's got 1 from his dad Reggie, and he's also got 1 from his mum. See, this one's little nose is just poking out there. Very, very cute. Just gonna say that. Now whether this one is just a straight ivory, we probably won't know for a while yet. I'm just trying to encourage her to stick her head out so we can see. Ivories don't have any colour really to them. They have a slight yellow stripe down their dorsal, so running down their body, but they lose all their patterns. So it's very difficult to see if they've got any other genes as well. So this one could be an ivory, just 2 yellow belly genes, or it could be a pastel ivory, or an orange dream ivory, or even better still, it could be a pastel orange dream ivory. It could have all the genes in the mix in one animal here, and it's very difficult to tell at this stage. So we'll have to just wait until she's come out and shed her skin, so we can really see what colours we've got going on. The way to tell people to look at her top of her head and see how much colour there is. I think there's a little bit there, which makes me think she's probably a straight ivory, but we'll have to just wait and see. But yeah, really excited to have got an ivory. There's a 1 in 4 chance, so in a clutch of 7, hitting 1 is great. Let's see if we can get another. Now I've not seen this, and I couldn't see it from the live stream cam Evo. It was difficult to tell, so this may be another ivory, or might not be. Let's have a little look. Truth, and yeah, we've got another ivory. You can see that a little bit of blood there, but that's just, I've just nicked a vein on the top of the egg. That's completely fine. So if we have a little look again, not much we can see at this stage, but it's quite a small egg, so that suggests it's going to be quite a small little baby. But we've got 2 ivories at the very least, so we've possibly got some other genes in the mix there, but we'll just have to wait and see what comes out when they eventually decide to pop out in the next few days. So really exciting. This is our first time doing this, and to have 2 ivories in our clutch is absolutely fantastic. To potentially have another baby Doris is pretty cool as well, and we're really excited to see how these turn out. So the plan now is we're going to let them come out of their eggs in their own time. We'll then get them clean, put them into a fresh tub all together, let them shed their skins, and then we'll eventually put them into individual tubs and start offering them food. Once they've taken about 10 meals or so, we can then start looking to sell them on to pet owners or pet shops or breeders, anyone who's interested. So yeah, lots to look forward to. But can't wait for you guys to come and see these little babies when they come out of the eggs, and you get to come and see them in September. Okay, right. So until then, keep an eye on the live stream. We'll hopefully get some more content on there for you over the next few days. We'll move the camera from the incubator into the snake rack so you can see them as they shed their skins as well. Okay. So have a great summer, everyone, and we're looking forward to seeing you in September. Take care.